Yo, yo, it's JSF. I hope y'all doing alright. So I want to talk about meter. Meter in Mortal Kombat 11. I know meter is something in this game. It's something that's different than any other fighting game, right? Meter in this game don't work like it works in any other fighting game. It's got, offensive meter, defensive meter, completely set up. Thanks, ESPN. But anyway, I think I understand. Before I talk about why it's wrong and why it needs to change and how to change it and stuff like that, I want to say I do understand why it's like this. I do get it. Other than the whole gimmick of this game being about time and going back and forth in time and your meter regenerating over time, it's kind of that they beta tested this in MKX. And by beta tested, I mean they threw it in there, saw how it would work, and it was like, oh, okay, we can do that. And then they expanded it in this game. Well, they didn't really expand it. They kind of made it worse. So in MKX, you had your stamina, right? So you had 2 bars of meter. Your stamina was basically your defensive meter. If you were gonna do like cancels, off run, or like fireball cancels and stuff like that, you used your stamina, right? That's just what you did. And if you used the breaker, it took your stamina and it took your regular meter, 2 bars. In this game, the problem with that in this game is, in this game, all you spend is your defensive meter, right? So there's no additional cost to using there's no additional cost to use your breaker in this game, breakaway, whatever you want to call it, other than defensive meter. And the thing is, while there are characters who do have cancels that are good or important to their game plan that use their defensive meter, cancels are not a big part of this game. So the fact that like you only need your defensive meter for breakaway for most characters makes it that much more of an issue, because in MKX there was a run button and the majority of characters had some type of run cancels, or you just wanted to run to get in, right? You just wanted to run to get in, so you would use your stamina. Everybody did. And then obviously you would use it for breaker, right? There was very few characters who never ever used stamina. In this game, there are a ton of characters who never really use defensive meter, right? Joker being one of them. He doesn't really he doesn't really have that type of cancel like Scorpion here does, where you're going to use this for a lot of your game, right? And even when you do use this type of cancel, look how fast your defensive meter comes back, right? And that's part of the problem too, that there is not traditional meter building in this game. Like I said, offensive meter builds on its own, defensive meter builds on its own, so you don't have to do anything to build meter. The problem with that is that leads to people who do nothing, right? They're trying to throw you, right? And then just turtle. And now you have to chase the Scorpion player who's going to jump back, or he's going to spear. And even as Joker, right? Let's say you just duck. You just duck every spear. Cool. Guess what? He's just going to do this forever. You know what I mean? Because he has a life lead. And even if he doesn't have the life lead, he's going to run the time. If it's close, he's going to let the time run for a long time. Then teleport in, teleport cancel and grab you, right? Granted, he's ducking, so he can't, he won't get hit by it. But he'll just teleport cancel in, grab you, boom, timer scam, you just lost a round, right? And the thing is, this is not fun for anybody, right? Nobody enjoys this. Maybe the people who win like this enjoy it, but nobody who has to fight against this enjoys it ever. So it's another thing that makes the game just frustrating, because since you can just build meter mad easy, right? You can just build meter, then you can just back up and wait for your meter to come back. Like I mentioned a couple of times before, in other games, this isn't really a thing. In Guilty Gear, you literally get punished for doing this. If you do this, you literally take a meter penalty and the game starts draining your meter away. If you do this, like if you just turtle, run away, and never do anything. And I don't mean characters who have like a fireball, right? I'm not talking about that. Oh, you're zoning, you're throwing projectiles. I mean, if you're just jumping back, you know what I mean? Just like not engaging whatsoever, making no effort to engage your opponent. Yeah, you get penalized for that, right? And games like that typically offer you meter for going forward and stuff like that. They have different ways to encourage you to engage your opponent. This game kind of encourages you to not do that, because you're gonna get meter regardless, right? If I blow through my meter, however I blow through it, all I gotta do is wait for it to come back, avoid you while my meter's there. And when I'm playing a character like Scorpion, you can try to chase me down if you want, right? You can try to chase me down if you want. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be really good on your blocks, or else I can just jump and teleport at any moment, right? You might get caught. You might get grabbed. I might, get the meter and cancel. You know what I mean? But I don't want to talk too much about Scorpion. I do also want to talk about Joker, right? Joker. So, Joker, I want to talk about fatal blows. and Joker, right? So Joker has this fatal blow cancel, right? And when the fatal blow cancels, he gets a crushing blow, boom, when it's on cooldown. Cool, good stuff, right? The big issue with fatal blow is it doesn't cost any resource, right? People have had that complaint about it for a long time. It doesn't cost anything, it comes back, it's crazy. I think this ties into the meter a lot, obviously. I think if fatal blow costed defensive meter, I think that would be a really good change to it. Because if I had to have defensive meter to perform my fatal blow, right? I just perform my cancel. Let's look at how long it takes. Let's look at how long it takes for my meter to fill back up. Imagine I can't do fatal blow until my meter fills back up. My fatal blow is already back. Did you hear the noise? If my fatal blow is already back, it's been 9 seconds. But look at my defensive meter. Imagine I couldn't do fatal blow again until that meter fills all the way back up. Look how much longer it would take, right? Now, is it possible that you could still get 2 fatal blows attempts in a round? Yeah, but you know it's not possible. You getting 3. That would only be possible if the 2 of you were not playing. It just filled back up, right? So if you actually had to use defensive meter to use your fatal blow, I think that would make a lot of sense. Also, I think it would make sense for cancels like this, because cancels in this game normally cost meter, right? If Scorpion's gonna teleport cancel, it costs him a bar of defensive meter, right? Fatal blow cancel is a bit stronger than that, but here's what I would do. I would say fatal blow now takes 2 bars of meter, but the trade-off is fatal blow takes 2 bars of defensive meter, but the trade-off is it now has frame 1 armor, so you really have to respect it, and you can cancel it. Everybody can do Joker cancels now. But if you go for fatal blow, whether you just do it raw, whether you cancel it and go into some other shit, you need defensive meter to do it, and it's gonna burn your defensive meter when you do it. I think that would help this a lot. And I initially intended this video to be more about meter than fatal blow, but I think these two things go hand in hand. And I think the meter if the meter was kind of, the ideas around the meter were fleshed out a little bit more, I think it would help this game a lot. You know what I mean? And for future games, I think they just gotta be careful with stuff like this. Like making something just come back no matter what off time. Like you don't have to earn it at all. Like I would say, I would make it so you have to at least be moving forward or attacking to build meter, right? If you want offensive meter, defensive meter, whatever to come back over time, okay. But I would say you have to be at least walking forward or attacking, right? Or doing something. Or blocking an attack. Like you have to be somehow engaged in combat with your opponent. If you're just standing here or walking backwards, I would make it so your meter doesn't regenerate, because then it would discourage people just not engaging, right? And it's not, Scorpion's the easy example, but he's not the only character, right? There are plenty of characters who try to shoot EX fireballs, and when they don't have it, hell, sometimes I do it if I'm in a zoning war. If I don't got meter, all right, I'm gonna just, zone a little bit, stay away till I get my meter back. But yeah, I think you just got to be really careful when you're designing games like this this is like I don't want to say innovative. It's a unique idea, I guess, to say we're going to get rid of traditional meter building, but you got to understand why meter building exists, right? Why supers need to cost something, right? Why there are these type of mechanics. And I think that would just make the game a little bit better, a little bit less toxic. There would be a little bit less breakaways, a little bit less fatal blows, a little bit less of the nonsense that we hate. So it's like another way to tweak the game, right? Instead of just nerfing breakaway, right? Instead of just nerfing fatal blow, right? You just change how the meter works slightly, and then breakaway becomes less of a problem because everybody doesn't have meter to break away all the time. And now they have something else to think about. If I want to do my super, I can't break away. Like if I'm in low health as Joker, right? I'm in low health, I get hit, shit. If I break away, I can't super. Like if I break away, damn, now I can't super. Now he doesn't have to respect it. But he's gonna know, like if you, excuse me, he's gonna know that if you didn't break away there, oh, he probably wants his meter to super. You know what I mean? Probably wants his meter to super. And then the crushing blows that are based on canceling, they will still exist because you can still have the cancel, right? Every character would have the cancel, and you still have the cooldown. It's just a much longer cooldown. But anyway, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? If y'all like the content, please subscribe. Yeah, this is just something I was thinking about lately. Just meter in this game and how it's a little bit wonky, and how you could do just very slight changes to just fix it and make this game a little bit better. Like I feel like that's a simple change, but who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what the future holds. But anyway, y'all know the vibes. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Y'all stay safe. Have a great week or weekend. JSF, I'm outie. Peace.